Hi, so it's Henry Shelford's chairperson of Sarcoidosis, Marcin, fundraising executive for Sarcoidosis UK, and we're here saying au revoir. And so he's been with Sarcoidosis UK for 2 years. It's been incredible. You've done so much. You've taken.
Thank you very much.
You've done as his boss. I perhaps don't say that. And really built charity build up so that we can do more. Like you people and supporting them in their fundraising has enabled us to do the research and the work and the support that we do. And it's been great. And I've watched that develop over 2 years, and it's been wonderful to watch. And we are genuinely to say goodbye to you.
I'm generally sad to say goodbye to the team as well. It's been a fantastic experience and it's been amazing. I'm really grateful to be part of this team.
So tell everyone where are you going? What's pulling you away from us?
So just basically I'm going to travel across Asia. I was always in culture ever since I was a kid. I was really into anime. So quite a big dream of mine and something I've been working towards. So I'm going to start in Vietnam, what used to be on, and then work my way around, travel around, definitely hit Tokyo, Cambodia, and basically just do backpacking. After that, I've actually got a job teaching English in September, so about 6 months, and then my next stage in my career.
And so we've obviously been following COVID-19. Obviously, it's a very important thing, and if people are concerned, we've got a video with Dr. Rubina Coker of our clinical board about it, but it's something you've actually started about because you're obviously going to areas with not so much.
Yes, it was something I was slightly concerned. So I have slightly changed my journey. I'm going to be hitting less cities and less countries, which I risk. Luckily, Vietnam has not been quite as a high risk yet. That's why I'm starting there and going to spend a little bit there until I move on and see how it all plays out. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of Asian countries that are still COVID-19, but on top of that, I made sure I was up to date with my vaccinations just so I don't catch anything else. Obviously, Corona doesn't have vaccinations. And instead of staying at hostels, I'm going to be staying in like private areas just because obviously when you fit in a lot of people, you catch something. So that was basically the only changes. So travel less often, stay in places more consistently, but still going to have a good time, good travel.
This was Marcin's first job out of university, and he always felt he wanted to go travelling, and so this is your moment and going and doing it. Now there's a lot we've seen. There's a lot that we've been proud that you've done. What are the things you're proudest of?
I mean, I'm quite proud of my entire time in Sarcoidosis. Recently we had the end of year review and looking when I first started to where we are now, all the figures and everything like that, and it's absolutely amazing.
For everyone, so when we send out there's a survey every year asking about how we're doing. We actually ask the same things every time so that we can see the things we're doing better on. So and our main focuses are to remain awareness, information, research, and then it's how we how do people think at those things. It was great to see that the work you've been doing, people had recognised and were pleased with. Still work to do. But
definitely,
you're leaving us. We have to do it.
I believe I'm going to be following the work. I'm going to sign up to the newsletter and check in every see how the charity progresses without me. But yeah, definitely.
By the way, we just learned that he is not up to the newsletter. You are here seeing it, and you do actually help write it.
I write it. So I went to my work email now. Make sure I sign up to my as well. So when I'm in Asia, I'm still following up with sarcoidosis. But I feel like we've had such an amazing community, and what grow like our social media presence and how many people we're with, and the fundraising and everything. It's just been absolutely amazing. When I first started, we had like 2,000, and now we're like up to over 5,000, and that's absolutely amazing to see. The consistency and everything, and that's one of the things I'm definitely the sense of community with sarcoidosis, because I haven't seen many communities.
No, that's we used to, and it's like, and I agree. Like we are the community. Like are, and we're a small group of people affected by sarcoidosis. It matters. We have to work together to make it. You talked about the community. So you though, of people who are fundraising, and in your first quiz, tell me about why and learning about their reasons. And so what are your and then the big thing that they often do. So what are the big stories that stick over the time?
I mean, there are so many, but I think quite recently there was a SarcoidosisUK charity ball with the Andrews family. It was absolutely amazing because they did so many fundraising events throughout that time. I stuck with them, and I'm definitely going to miss the side. I mean, I went to the charity ball and it was an excuse, which I don't get a lot often. So the Fond family, who raised in memory of Cypher, they did a lot of amazing work, and hopefully we'll keep in contact with them as well and see what else they want to do. There's the Tour de Lim. I can't sure if I'm right. I've only ever seen it written down. That she does the event every year, and it was one of my first contact fundraisers I had when I first started here. See her when I first started and talk to her again more recently. It was just interesting to see how much progress it is.
So that was Sue Smith, right?
Yeah, Sue Smith.
And the Burton, the bungee jump. Yeah, we were here.
Yes, I went to go do the bungee jump. Unfortunately, I was brave enough to jump myself. But it was to see the support group. Obviously, I've met the London one, but to go out and meet other support groups, it sort of reminded me that we're a wide organisation.
So other people did do the jump. How close did you get to doing it?
Pretty close. I wimped out.
Were you? Had they got you in the harness?
Had not. I arrived as the first person was jumping. I looked up. I felt a bit dizzy just watching them jump. So I was a bit like, if I can't even watch them jump, I have to close my eyes.
But it shows respect to everyone who do the things that do the fundraising. So like, it shows how these things are.
Very brave people.
You wanted to talk about the national quiz?
Yes, so the national quiz was one of the first big things I did when I first, because obviously it happened in April, and it was probably my big challenge, and obviously it was fantastic. And then obviously we did it again, and it was great to obviously correspond with
a lot of friends and family too.
I did bring in I think like 3 tables, and it was great. All the people come together, and obviously I got to write things, and everyone thinks I'm a bit of a know-it-all, so it was nice to use all that Trivial Pursuit for something.
But it is lovely, and it shows our marching out beyond and calling in his friends and family, and it shows how people are backing Marcin in work at SarcoidosisUK, and that was actually a really.
I mean, it was definitely interesting because I hadn't sort of much about sarcoidosis when I first started. And when I told my friend of SarcoidosisUK, it turns out that my best friend's family member actually had sarcoidosis, but he hadn't had the charity, so it was actually quite an interesting link that I didn't ever know if I hadn't joined Sarcoidosis. Obviously, he doesn't talk about it much because it didn't come up in conversation, but it was great to have that personal connection.
And that's great. And it's one of the things when you talk about it, you always find that many more people know. So we're going to miss you. What are you going to miss about us?
Honestly,
I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I know.
I miss most about SarcoidosisUK.
The weekends. No. So, like I said before, I think I'm just going to miss the sense of community. Actually, because we're quite a small team, and being able to actually make a change, everything I do, and just see how we impact people, talk to people every day, it sees the difference. So I don't think you get that in a lot of things. A sense of challenge, obviously developing the charity expands a lot. I had to learn a lot more, almost daily challenge, growth personally, and it was absolutely amazing.
So what are the things you're excited about? You're sad not to be able to get to do. Hand on to the new person who on Monday.
I think I was going to be quite lucky. There's quite a few things going on. I wish I had almost half considered staying. But I think definitely Give Penny. I only started that recently, and Give Penny seems like a fantastic thing to do.
Yeah, why is it exciting?
Because it just creates a level of fundraising. Before it was more like running events, which unfortunately not could do. That was our main one, and birthday fundraisers with their own milestone. And I think setting your own, seeing people's own personal achievements, because obviously a lot of people sarcoidosis aren't able to do marathons and everything, but they have day-to-day, and being able to reward that day-to-day challenge as well, I think is just absolutely amazing.
There are also, you can do Spotify lists with them.
You can do Spotify lists, which are the events we already have, and then you can the watches, which I can't quite remember what they're called. You can connect to Fitbit. Definitely a lot of different ways. It completely expands.
No, and we haven't talked about bronze. I think actually in one of the events that started, we just out of the suddenly got invited to Bromley and asked if we wanted to sponsor. And that was just such an incredible thing. You know,
that was
televised, so whenever there's a goal score, SarcoidosisUK is promoted. And so
yeah, that was
talking with them.
Amazing thing. I remember getting a call, and I didn't tell anyone in the team because I wasn't quite sure if half of me believed it was a prank call. And it was great speaking to the people who organised it. Talking to them quite regularly, actually. They sent me a Facebook message by, and I'm going to miss going to matches. I'd only ever been to one football match before that, so going, wearing the t-shirt and being part of the environment was absolutely amazing. Seeing the
t-shirt with our logo on, they put on, which is absolutely incredible.
And then seeing idioms and everything, and it was very strange when we first took the picture, and every time we walked onto the field, and no one quite knew what was going on and who we were. They just saw some random people in walking on half-time to take the picture. I thought that was very intimidating. I'm not sure how professional footballers hands.
you can see the photos on the side, but that's not our only sports, because Luke Hopkins,
yes, Luke Hopkins. He hasn't quite as much yet, just because a new season's starting. But he did, and for people who don't know, Luke Hopkins is the motorcyclist also wearing our logo. They're currently designing it on his bike and his top. They're negotiating because they just got a new sponsor, and it's fantastic for awareness as well.
Which is all important. Getting sarcoidosis mentioned, and by having SarcoidosisUK, so sarcoidosis is always mentioned, and it's one of the reasons our name a while back. I'm also going to miss potentially seeing me in a pumpkin.
I see you in a pumpkin. I definitely hope to see that.
This is a plan that we're trying to do some kind of boating world record, but we don't know if it's going to yet. So anyone who got the video will know that. Everyone else, you won't know.
Giant pumpkin supplier was definitely one of the highlights.
Yeah. We now need to find it big enough to be turned into a boat, and then we're going to paddle it down the Thames. So we'll see.
I didn't have yet to mention this, but I am going to miss the series. We released our first one last week, and that was kind of something that I wanted to push forward. We also obviously got a new writer for that, and I absolutely can't wait to hear more stories. I know you planned, and I can't wait to read them.
So that's our bye to Marcin. So we, it has been a great 2 years. We're going to meet, and you've done a lot, and we're very proud of the work you've done. I hope you're proud.
I'm very proud of the work I've done, and I can't wait to what's next for you guys.
That's great. Well, the thing that definitely comes next is I promised to buy him a drink, and the rest of the we're doing that so an au revoir drink. Obviously, we want to all stay in touch, but Marcin, you've been great. Thank you very much.
And bye, and you commented my name, so
thank you, Andy. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye bye.